Try to get this where I want it. We are live. Here we go. Well, that looks okay. My production team is hard at work.
I didn't do anything.
All right. Let's see. It says nobody's here, so that's probably false. So we can say hi to Derek and Candy. Proton Aquatics going to listen on the playback we said earlier. So, yeah, things are good. Guess we'll give it a minute or so.
Oh yeah, it just popped up.
Just popped up. Slight delay.
Yeah, it says 0 people are here on my end too.
Oh, weird.
But that doesn't make any sense because even at least I'm on there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now it says 1 person's here. Must be you.
Aww.
Annie says hello.
I guess nobody's watching.
No. Well, probably on their end it starts at 2, so I think I came in like 1-2 minutes early anyway.
It's 2 now.
Yeah, now it's 2.
And it just popped up.
Gotcha. Yeah, see, Derek's there.
We're not totally alone.
We are not alone like weirdos.
Candy says
we're live. There we go. Uh-oh. Better tell Pam. My bad. I do this like every time. She gets onto my case every time too. Pam in Wyoming. Well, so she's active now, so maybe she'll join us. Had to get Caleb's lunch before I said hi. I'd say Caleb's lunch is a little more important than me being a doofus. Maybe a slight bit. Yeah. How's the turtles going? Or how's the turtle doing? Well, I've had her looked at by 4 different people now. And, see, message sent, message received. Fantastic, Pam. Thank you. Turtle thing's going okay. Little dude's hiding out quite a bit. Big girl, she's been looked at 4 or 5 times now by 4 or 5 different herpetologists. I think using the word veterinarian is kind of wrong, right? Multiple people said that's the way she's at here. Shannon asked where you live. It's time for the big turtle to find her new home. So I told Gino, let's get some nice pictures of her and let's sell her. It is time for the big turtle to be sold. So we're going to sell the big turtle. Hopefully we can just get the money that we have paid back. That would be good. Some of you know, care isn't always cheap or affordable. Annie, there's a dog going exploring that way.
Oh, she did move?
Yes. The dog likes to go into the kid's bedroom and take little toys and crush them. Ayan's shock? Yeah, probably shock. Says good night. Well, all right, good night. You're probably 12 hours ahead of us, roughly. Well, good night, my friend. Yeah. So today's extra ultra boring novel on things I like to rant about is on the 2 things that I know a little bit about. So I've been doing the critical thinking analysis in my career for 6 years now, 7 years now. Military, that's all you do. So there's another 7 there. Yeah. So I'd say call it 10 years been doing this critical thinking thing. And I know a little bit about it. But just so we're all on the same frame of mind, 2 things. Well, first thing, I'm not an expert, not claiming to be an expert. I'm only sharing my opinion and my experience in a way that I hope helps you become a better thinker. And I say this statement based on the feedback that I see on a consistent basis. basis associated to a certain very large YouTube channel, and sometimes directed at a certain YouTube personality that I hold to the highest regard. So without giving this person's name or their business, we're going to discuss feedback and how it's given and what my perception of that feedback is and how it could be better for, right? It is about Pam, let's just be honest. Pam's got the best personality of all you people, and we all know that. Yeah. And then the second part of that kind of discussion is going to be the definition. So we'll go through the definition as well as 7 key factors that I utilize in my experience that work out best for me. The new job, it's really interesting because it puts me back in the driver's seat, and I like that. Some of you know I have a very alpha personality. I'm a very alpha person, and I like to run the show. I like to do things my way. I think my way works. I have results that prove that my way works. And if I can run multi-billion-dollar companies as well as multi-million-dollar, have the results that show, stay out of my way. That's all I'm saying is stay out of my way. Find your Nemo. Findyournemo.com. Thank you. Love my shirt, by the way. But yeah, the new job's pretty rad. I need to find out how I can send care packages for free-ish. Because I could send candy out pretty cheap. Candy would cost me, I think, like $10. If I sent the coop like 5, what would that be? Probably 120 pounds of candy, something ridiculous like that. It would only cost me, like as an employee, about $10 or $12. And then I sent candy overhauls, a few things to Caleb, and again it was like $5 as an employee. It's like, okay. So we'll see what this place does, because it'd be cool to send out something different, something different. But let's see, we got 8 folks in here. We're coming up to the 8-minute mark. I believe we said hello to everyone. So let's go through a definition. So we're all talking about the same thing. And again, the same thing is critical thinking as it relates to fish tanks. And let's just call it the fish hobby. Because I think that when I get to run on my mouth, I'm going to touch on too many different things, and it won't be applicable at that point. So this is the definition that I work with. This is the definition that I find most true. And again, this definition is what I'm going to utilize. So critical thinking is a noun. The objective analysis and evaluation of an issue in order to form a judgment. So you're taking a lot of factors, your experience, your opinion, some research, kind of formulating all of that into one, as well as then following a process to determine a conclusion. And sometimes those conclusions are debatable. And when those things get debated, it's always the same consistent message between, right? My opinion versus yours. My experience versus yours. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm the best fish keeper in the whole world, and you don't know what you're talking about, da-da-da-da-da, right? Yeah. Pam says, be right back. Got to get vinegar eels ready for babies. That sounds smelly and delightful. But anyways, the way that comes around is, let's see, there's 3 humans that live inside of here. And if I put my blinders on, I can say, I'm the best fish keeper in this apartment, right? And then I can keep that up on the internet. Then I can keep that up at the pet store, keep that up at conventions. You're blind to everything. And then when people like me see the commentary on social media, it makes me laugh hysterically. Because there are so many things that are not asked, and yet advice is given. Things like, what size is the tank is a really good question to ask. Are there live plants? When's the last time you checked the parameters? What are you filtering with? What chemicals are you using? There's, such obvious fact. Are there invertebrates? Are there plants? There's so many different factors that are just, they're not addressed. It's, this is my problem, help. Oh, here it is. Here's your solution in 6 words. Here's the solution to your problem. No, not really. And not always. The number one thing that most hobbyists, new and old, don't do enough of, it's just water change. You can save a lot of money no matter your opinion on what filter is the best. Your definition of what the best is also something that we don't apply critical thinking to. Is it the best because you say so? Probably not. Is it the best because it's the most affordable? Explain. Is it the best because it has the easiest access for you as a user? Maybe, right? Maybe. But how do you apply critical thinking to fish keeping? So for me, and this is what I utilize at work, so my professional experience, this is exactly what I use. It's the same thing I use here at home, as well as when somebody's asking for guidance. I'm helping another fish keeper locally, something like that. So the first thing I do, analyze. So, and again, I'm reading my notes here, so please, on Google, these are my notes that I type up for this discussion, as well as what I've used before. So analyzing, separating or breaking a whole into parts, their nature, functional relationships as well. I studied it piece by piece, being an example, as well as I sorted things out. So in the first step of critical thinking, we're analyzing, we're separating things, breaking one piece into two. That is what I mean by giving advice to fish keepers and fish hobbyists on the internet. Analyze the whole picture, know what's going on. You guys know the basics. Work with the basics. Start there. What's the filter? What's the temp? What you doing? Blah, blah, blah. The easy stuff. And then 2, applying standards. Judging according to established personal, professional, or social rules or criteria. So we don't have any rules, as many of you know. If I want to put a goldfish in this cup, I want to keep a goldfish in this cup, I can. And nobody's going to do anything about it. That's the way it is. I have bettas in 5 gallons. What are you going to do about it, cry? No. Nothing anybody can do about it. There's a betta in 125 gallons. There's a betta in 15 gallons. There's a betta in 20 gallons. There's another betta in 5 gallons. What are you going to do? Drinking goldfish poo? Ew. Have you tried the new Hikari pellets? It gives a nice garlic flavor to the poo. A little sprinkle of knowledge. I'm the fish police. Well, you're about a foot shorter than me, and I'm not scared. Kidding, kidding, kidding. But anyways, for step 2, you're applying your personal opinion, your personal experience to the situation, so you can analyze things based on your experience. That's how those two relate. And then you're going to go through discriminating. So recognizing differences and similarities among things, situations, and distinguish carefully as category or rank. I rank these according to blah, blah, blah. I group things together based on blah, blah, blah. Information seeking, searching for evidence, facts, or knowledge, or identifying relevant sources, or gathering objective, subjective, historical, and current data from those sources. What are the facts? That's what we're looking for. And then step 5, logical reasoning. Drawing interferences, that's a word, or conclusions that are supported and justified by evidence. I deduce the information based on this. My rationale to make my conclusion or based on my opinion was this. And then step 6, predicting. Envisioning a plan and its consequences. So this is the part where you go, well, if I give this advice, this should be the expected outcome. If I give advice, this is also what could happen. I could put a 12-inch Oscar in this tank behind me. I could do it. We can do throw me in jail, burn my house down, tell me I have bad teeth. I don't know. It's not gonna happen, right? Here's what could happen. The Oscar could murder everyone in that tank. It's possible. nothing could happen as well. So when we're giving guidance or we're giving advice, let's see both sides, the good and the bad, not just, well, I did it once, therefore I'm right. And I like cheese. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, so step 7 is transforming knowledge, changing or converting conditions, nature, form, or function of concepts among context. So I improved on the basics by doing this. I wondered if it would fit the situation if we did this. So that's taking the other person's experience or taking another person's opinion and then saying, well, you're right, but it could also be this. So Shannon says, I always say in my experience. Yeah, a lot of people do, and a lot of people find that appropriate. It gives you that kind of hands-off. Well, in my experience, this is what happened, but in others' experience, this is what could also happen too. So we got to play both sides. But I did laugh hysterically after my homeboy Corey McElroy did his streaming, and then several people basically lost their minds. But I guess the audience is getting much larger now and kind of more dumb. But it all makes sense. I mean, in essence, it's a cycle if you think about it. The larger your YouTube channel grows, you're bringing on new people. Those that have been there a while, they've kind of heard the stories and know what's going to be said. They kind of know the flow. And then all the new people who don't have any idea about anything. That would make sense. But that critical thinking part is where we need attention. We really need to think about how we're giving guidance and how we're making decisions in general. I'm kind of slow to make changes around here. I really like to kind of think about what could go wrong. And in some cases, I've been very wrong about what could go wrong. Did you know that silver dollars like to nip on guppy tails? How about giant Danios? Yeah, I found that out. So those guppies probably won't be for sale. If they are, I'll just sell them for cheap because they're damaged. Poor guppies. Greenwater had their auction and swap today down in Joliet, Illinois. It's about a 45-minute trip for me down there. Wasn't gonna go. Oh, it's probably an hour. Yeah. Right around that time too. So Gino went. I think Jorge went. I know Gino went for sure. So Gino from Pleco Paradise is down there. So hopefully he sold some crap. That'd be good. That'd be very good. I'm gonna try to save my money for next month. I'm gonna get some guppies that nobody else has. That's kind of the goal. Is find like one strain that only one person has. Like this is an insane challenge, but I think it'll be funny because there's gonna be a bunch of dudes there. But like find that crusty old guy that's like, I am tired of this crap. It is time to go.
I wasn't gonna stay.
And he's stuck.
No.
I'm gonna tickle her. Your leggies are cold.
It's March.
You're indoors.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was talking about.
The guppy strands.
Oh yeah, I do want to find that crusty old guy that's like, I'm done with this. Like, all right,
I'm done with this.
let me have all of your crap, please. But I was telling Gino from a business perspective. I mean, selling guppies is selling guppies. It is what it is. Buy as many as you can. Breed. Sell as many as you can. Breed. Sell as many as you can. It's just a nonstop cycle. But from a business perspective, not from collectoritis perspective, it's you got to have the red one, the blue one, the green one, the black one, the whoa, what the heck is that one? And then I was also telling him that we can take some of my calls that I have around here and then pick up some who knows what guppies from who knows where for dirt cheap and get those guys breeding and then just use them as feeders and sell them as healthy feeders. Because right around here, The feeders are gross. And if we keep bringing in wild fish, it's good bait, good healthy bait. You can gut load them. Just have to QT that whole batch at first. But yeah. So going back on track. If you feel like you do this often, or that when you're sharing your knowledge on the internet in a way that kind of isn't the rubber stamp, then I think, in my opinion, I think you're onto something. I think you're onto something, and without great, don't care. Without giving the other person the opportunity to really think, because, and I see this kind of often when, I guess there's a language barrier, for example, and sometimes those with a language barrier get exploited on the internet and saying, well, if you can't do the English very well, here's your problem. Get you some damn salt and an air stone, when really, got to think about that. Really got to think. So GH is here. Hello, my friend. GH, let's see, he posted a video today, actually. Yeah. See, GH, it is tough for me because I feel like conservation and developing best practice in collecting needs help. Agreed. I love collecting, but for the right reasons. Agreed. You hid GH.
No. My phone is, I was just about to try to say that my phone, I have to turn it off. It's glitchy. I have to get my phone fixed. I was just exiting out because it was being glitchy.
Sorry about that, JH.
My phone is broken. My screen
No,
is cracked.
Pam, that was my wife. Her screen is cracked, so on the, thank you, Candy. So on the right side of her screen, it's cracked. So if she swipes up or she hits the side of it, it's done.
It glitches, so
So it glitches.
I was turning it off.
And I like JH.
I'm gonna get the iPad.
He's the guy in the Caribbean that does all the cool stuff.
Yes, I know that. I was
He
turning
has
my
to pay
phone
way
off
too
and
much
it
for
did
his
that.
aquarium. It's like, that's insane.
I'm very sorry.
Yes.
I have to get my phone fixed. I seriously have to.
He's a polite troll like me. I like to go into Dan's live stream and make jokes and do funny stuff. That's why he won't make me a moderator. No, I don't care about being a moderator. It's stupid stuff. So as JH was saying, it's tough for me because I feel like conservation and developing best practices in collecting needs help. Agreed. Totally agree. And I wish that we put more thought into what we're doing and why. When we go collecting out in the wild, we have to be mindful that, yes, you're taking stuff out, but if you can bring some stuff here, breed it, sell it, then less people have to go down there and do the same thing. And I've never been collecting into like Peru, for example. I've never done that. But I've done it in Florida, Georgia, Texas, Alabama, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin, Colorado, Washington. That was a legit mistake. I didn't keep anything, but I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing. I found out like a month later, the hard way. That was expensive. I think that's it. See what I did there? Andy says I'm on the iPad, should not have any issues. See what I did there? No more problems. Now Nola Jane Fisher says so mean. Otter Creek Aquatic says hello. I like your what do you call that thing? Your little icon. What's that little picture thing called?
What do you mean?
Nothing. I just look like a complete moron on the internet right now because I don't know what that crap's called.
What, little profile picture?
Yeah, the little profile picture. That looks cool. I like it.
That's nice.
Yeah. No. Candy says hi, Kendall. What is happening? Mean Fish 9 says. Well, we've gone through the definition of critical thinking, the 7 steps that I utilize kind of all at once. Avatar. There it is. I dig it. Yep. And kind of how it relates to fish keeping. And I think we're on to the point where we're rambling. So I made it a whole 24 minutes. All right. I think that's a new record for talking about the same thing. Do I have crazy hair? Ooh, look, I have crazy hair.
Turbo baby.
Yeah. Well, JoJo's hair is finally getting long enough that we can pull her ponytails in enough. Can't we, JoJo?
Just got a flip.
We make all the same faces. Superstar.
We're just relaxing and listening.
So yeah, around here, let's see, updates for around here. Haven't bought anything, so doing good. Saving up money for next month. Missed the beginning, but I'm good with the rambling, Meanfish9 says. Well, rambling is based on the chat. I can assure you of that. If nobody says anything in the chat, it makes things pretty boring and awkward up here. And then it just becomes me running my mouth about things that probably nobody cares about. So that's fun. But I want to move these guppies into a bigger tank or a different tank. I want to do that. We'll kind of split some off. I think that's probably a smart thing to do. Annie's Jaguars were in here, and I was trying to figure out who was beating them up. So I put them in a different tank. I put them in a 55. Then I found them lip locking together. So maybe they're just beating each other up. So that's kind of fun to deal with.
Don't they beat everything up?
Yeah, but I didn't think they'd be beating each other up this early in the game. 3-inch death machine. What are plans in the fish hobby? Plans in the fish hobby are doing stuff related to fish. What are my plans? No idea yet. No idea yet. What are your plans in the fish hobby? I don't have one yet. No plan yet. When are you guys coming to Wyoming? When the weather is better than what this crap is here. Put it that way. Derek says we should be coming to Chicago in August. Super excited about that. And then you guys can come see us in September. That is true. That would be cool. Wedding. Derek's marrying Brittany. That's going to be cool.
Yeah. Fish celebration.
Congratulations on your wedding. Here's a 1,000-gallon aquarium. That would be cool.
Oh,
It'd be
yeah.
so expensive. So expensive. Let's see. Meanfish9 asks if it's still snowing over there in Wyoming. That looked pretty brutal. Did you see the pictures she posted on the Facebooks? Crazy. Pam says what we should do is set up a get-together in Billings at the KOA. There is a nice one there this summer or fall, and it's close enough for a day trip to Yellowstone. Well, that's pretty rad. That is pretty rad. Pam says she has 6-foot drifts in my yard. Jiminy Christmas. Jiminy Christmas.
We have sunshine today, so I'll take it.
Yeah, we do have some sunshine today, so we're gonna get out and about. We did go to I don't know if anybody else has a store like this. I guess they'd kind of call it a Goodwill, but imagine if Home Depot had a Goodwill inside of it kind of place. I don't know. It's like it's like the Goodwill of hardware construction materials and appliances. Like they had like refrigerators and sinks and windows and doors and then pipes and terracotta pots and crap like that. It was Anyway, so we went there. We did some junk shopping, got some terracotta pots, and and pipes for back here because it's it's a hot mess. So let's see. Candy says I'm in Billings. Can I stay at my house? Pam said I would get a cabin. You can come visit, Candy. I think it'd be fun. Totally agree. Yeah, make Candy sleep in a tent outside. Oh, brutal. I love sleeping outside though. I love sleeping outside. I love it. Let's see. We could go over to Beartooth Pass and into Yellowstone as a group. That would be cool. That would be very cool. And then, we got a puppy, so we got to find puppy-friendly places. Then Otter Creek Aquatics, I need that place. Redoing a lot of my house. Well, there's one in Elgin, Illinois, and the other's, I think, in Aurora. So, KOA allows dogs. I always bring the buddy. Awesome. Oh, yeah, Pam has puppies too. Duh. See it at least once a week. Select pet, what's up? What's up? We are talking about nonsense at this point. But yeah, I'm down. That would be fun. Yeah. Definitely when the moss is running again, we'll have all the extra room. And we can go quickly.
I went in the fall. I hopefully have a big car.
Yeah. It's going to be fun going from like a turbo this size to a turbo like that size. It's going to be fun. A lot of fun. Pam says, seriously, we need to do this. I know that a few people talked last year, and then some creepy weirdos that nobody wanted to be around said that they'd go, and then everybody kind of dipped. So that was what happened. Lots of beautiful country to see, bonfires and bull cheating. I'm down.
Would be quite tiny.
Drop her off the side of the road. See you later, Joe. Good luck in the woods. Yeah. Just tie them together and let them free. Yeah. You want to come here? Now we're playing Shine.
I don't know how long it takes to get to here.
Oh, yeah. We should see how long it takes for us to get to Billings.
Oh, it'd be a trip.
But yeah, no, let's see. Plans. I'm kind of waiting on next month. I want to get some cool guppies. I want to get Gino some stuff to sell at his store. I want to get some stuff selfishly that nobody else has. That's kind of the crap that I want. I want the unusual and hard to get. That's what I want. And then I want to be able to sell them at a fair price. That's kind of, I don't want to be the $50 a pair, $50 trio guppy guy. I want to be the like 30, 40 guppy guy because I feel like I'll get a little more traction that way. And I'm not doing this to get rich. And it's more for me about helping along the way, you know, because I know that I'm going to put a lot of time after the fish too. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. 16 and a half hours. That's a day trip. That is definitely.
Yeah,
Jay,
it could take a week.
Yeah. So Otter Creek says $30 a pair all day. See, and I think that's fair. I do. I think $30 a pair for something really, really nice that, I mean, and it won't be me. It'll be somebody else that they put a lot of time and effort into it. And then if I try to make it better or different, I'm going to put a lot of time and effort into it, as well as a lot of documentation. Whoops. Nothing like Red Hots. Let's see. Mr. JH says that is why I like the conventions. Everyone meets in public. Then people go off and do their own thing. Maybe meet up for lunch or dinner. Same. That's why I like going to those. It's like the convention stuff's fun and cool, but I like getting out and about, you know, and hanging out with cool peeps. Dylan Martin in the house. Hello, what's happening? Let's see. Pam says last time I rented a cabin, it was 60 at night. That's pretty decent. Kenny says, usually we got our first snow in September. Not bad. Shannon says, got to go to lunch with the family. Enjoy. Let's see, Otter Creek Aquatics. I got some super nice pingus, and I let them go for $25 a pair. See, not too shabby. Jay says Aquashella will be fun, but it's nice to be able to run away to my hotel room when I want to. Amen, amen, amen. When we went to ALA, it was nice to kind of just breathe. Or just go hang out with like just Derek and Brittany or Eric and Iris or Jeremy. Yeah.
I didn't get that luxury.
Yeah. Little peoples. Derek says we got a guppy guy in our club that's got some really amazing guppies. Do tell. Let's see. But we could get a lot of West Coast peoples. True, because you kind of ran out in the middle there. Yeah, pingos are pretty. They are. They really are. Really are. I should do. Want to get more of those Punamelia niarii on the market too. I know Mike's got some. I obviously have some, but I think people should be a little less afraid of a Lake Victorian cichlid. Just give it a shot. Just try it. I mean, I'll sell this for dirt cheap too. Yeah, they do, and they breed pretty well. Pretty well. It's not very hard to do. So you can sell those for cheap. Pretty cheap. It's like Japanese blues. Do those for like, I don't know, 20 a pair. Do those Dumbo ears back there, 30 pair.
Yeah.
And it's because I have to put a lot of time into getting the turnaround on that fish. It's literally like some of like these Japanese blues. I mean, they're almost to breeding size at about 3 months. It's for those guys, it's like averaging 6 and 7 months. It's crazy. D from down the warm house says hello, hello, Jeff and all, hello, hello. Select Pet says don't forget to hit the like, folks. Hit the like. I am just doing a really good job at this today. Don't forget to hit the like button, folks. All right, tripping. Thank you, Select Pet. Jump in. But yeah, anybody else got anything new? Because like I said, we didn't get anything new this weekend. Annie's kind of on her I've had enough Bettis trip now. I do want to move. Let's see if I can do this.
I'll get more.
Oh, I'm
just not
sure.
ready.
I do want to move these guys. Let's see if I can get them to come over here.
Yeah, we're
There
gonna
you
move the cube today.
Yeah, we're going to move the cube so that way all the angels are isolated to their own tank.
And try to breed them.
-2. That's the yellowheads. Probably, well, I guess I can keep them all together if I want. We'll see.
Gonna redo the 75.
Yeah, I'm going to redo this tank for sure. Need to move this tank here because I want to put 2 tanks there instead of 1. Just got to figure out how I'm going to do it. You know what I could do? I could ask Gino to sell me one of those air pumps he has on wood and then run air. That would be good. Yo, Critical Thinker. What's up, Cyclist23? Mean Fish 9. I like the Nairi, but heard they have big attitude for a small fish. I mean, it's a cichlid. It is what it is. When you get cichlids and you think they're going to be peaceful, you're wrong. I mean, like just like that. Like that's what they do all day, every day, no matter the tank setup, no matter what's going on. That's what they do. And somebody's got to be number 1. And if Punamelia is going to be number 1, it's going to be number 1. But he's been punked by a puffer. He's been punked by a dwarf ACI, a sulfur head. That albino jerk face. What was that? That albino turd sandwich was a douche. I don't know what he was. He was a douche. What else did he get punked by? He gets blah, 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 blah. This message is brought to you by Stutterings R Us, and we're gonna stutter right through this. The Red Devils punk him pretty good. Parrotfish sometimes will punk him. You know. Cichlids 23 says all Mbunas are D-bags. Amen. 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 I'm glad that my wife is through her Mbuna phase now, and we can move on. Chimney Christmas. Select Pet says albino jerkface. Yes, indeed. Don't know what that cracker was, but he had he sucked. Let's see. Mean Fish 9 says, hey, Cichlids 23, like the beach footage. Excellent, excellent. Otter Creek Aquatics. See you all. Headed to work. Thanks for the stream. All right, my friend. Be smart. Be safe. Good luck out there. Try to do some thinking and work. Critical thinking and work. See if that gets you anywhere. Probably not. Let's see. I'm thinking about getting a 15-gallon today for dwarf cichlids. I don't know what kind I will get. Apistogrammas would be good. Could try rams if you can get the water nice and hot. I'd go with apistogrammas. Where's this? I got one of those coconut shells. That's those coconut shells with like the hole in it. It's like a half a coconut shell and it's got a hole in it so you can go in and out of there. That's a good one. Put some plants in front of it. Super easy. Super easy. Annie says, I just want monster cichlids now. True. And Jeffrey just wants to breed guppies at this point. It's kind of what I want to do. So we've got to find and keep big tanks, and then odd-shaped tanks, figure out what the plan is. Yeah. Let's see. Select pet set. Let's see here. Told you we're doing this. We're doing this. So wish I could have big tanks to do huge cichlids. Cichlids 23 says. And he certainly has the ability to get bigger tanks. That's for sure. Just need to find spots for them. Select pet. I haven't been able to get Huddle Punks out of the back of mine since I saw it for the first time. Maybe I'll get some. Google that, would you please?
What's that?
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm looking for an axolotl.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Google this. So I can't remember what it is.
Google what?
A word I'm about to tell you,
I'm
genius.
waiting.
CAUDILPUNCTS.
You're like, Google this. Okay.
Yeah, but you have to communicate saying, I'm ready. Some people's children. Let's see, got to go film another installment of Robert's Holidays. Thank you. All right, adios. Ciao, muchacho.
Do you mean the Cataloo tactics or something?
Yes.
Because you spelled it. But those are very pretty fish.
Well,
Who's getting those? I want those.
Select Pet mentioned it.
Mm,
Oh, wow, that is a pretty little fish. It's a little fish?
I don't know, but I like them. They're beautiful.
So, kind of, what is that, like a whitish silver body with a yellow dorsal?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's pretty rad.
And Lake Tanganyika.
Lake Tanganyika cichlids, pretty rad.
Silvery beige colored body,
Mm-hmm.
accented by a distinctive gold orange dorsal fin and blue eyes.
Ah, it's a blue eye. Save that one. Maybe I can hunt it down.
I will. That's a great.
That's a cool little fish. Borley eyes are neat too. Those are really neat.
recommendation. I like
Let's
them a
see.
lot.
Derek says Epistogrammas or a really cool fish. Any Epistos? Yeah. The triple